I don't like the modern day much. There's way too much slop online, and now slop is being pushed into the real world as well. Back in the days, everything was better. There was less pollution, less British people, and there weren't stupid people like Delta leaving bullshit comments. Anyway, hello, my name is Generic Self-Insert, and today we are going to talk about a fanfic that is all about the past. It is a Percy Jackson fanfic called Volcanic Eruptions and Ancient Rome. It is written by Wyvern the Confused Dragon and follows the story of Percy Jackson being sent back to ancient Rome. For those of you who don't know Peter Jackson, let me quickly recap what he is about. The story of Peter follows a dyslexic Greek demigod who travels across America, destroys several monuments and landmarks with his friends. Oh, also, the Greek gods are real and exist in the modern day, and so are all the related things to the ancient Greeks, such as Amazon, Titans, and monsters. Anyway, now you know the story of Percy Jackson, I can tell you about the fanfic. The premise of the fanfic is very simple. Percy Jackson gets teleported back through time and arrives in ancient Rome. Now, for those of you who were alive during ancient Rome, you can skip this fanfic, but for those who weren't, this is where it actually gets interesting. This fanfic actually delves quite deep into the lives of the Romans back in the days, and although we follow the protagonist of the story, Perry Jackson, we still learn a lot about Rome. Usually when a character is iseki'd, they just go to fantasy Europe where not much really matters or changes from the standard generic fantasy setting. For this fanfic, however, the author didn't only research their work. The major events in the story also line up with the real-world history. But even minor details such as clothing, the societal structures, and the way the political landscape is shaped have all been thoroughly researched. So if you're a history nerd, or an ancient Roman, this is just very enjoyable to read, since you can feel good about reading fanfiction because you're learning about history. Of course, it's still a fanfic, so there's always plenty of humor and slices of life to be found. For example, Peter Jackson in this fanfic becomes the god of crabs. Yeah, this might be a huge spoiler. I am sorry for ruining you. Hold up, let me put up a spoiler warning. So yeah, I would probably call this the most historic Percy Jackson fanfic I know of, discarding, of course, the fact that monsters and gods are a thing. So yeah, if you do not feel like watching an 8-hour video of slope, I'd recommend you read more fanfiction, and if you have to read some fanfiction, might as well learn something about the ancient Romans. For example, this fun fact. Did you know that none of the ancient Romans were subscribed to this YouTube channel? I know, it's crazy. It could be a coincidence that they're all extinct as well. I am not saying there's a causation or correlation, but if they had subscribed, maybe they would still be around. Maybe. App insert Caesar salad joke here.